Hi guys, it's Chloe and welcome back to episode 5, I think it is, of my series Together. If you're unfamiliar with my series or you're new to my channel, basically I have this series where I talk about issues that teenage girls or girls growing up or like young women are facing in society and kind of break them down or anything we're feeling, because being a teenage girl is like such a confusing time. You're trying to figure out what you're doing with your life, college, friendship, trying out all these new things and all that kind of stuff, and there's really no time to just sit back and talk about what's happening and open a discussion about like some of the little things even that's going on. So that's why I have this series, and I try to make a different topic for everyone. Feel free to recommend some topics you want me to talk about in the down bar. Always looking for new ideas. But today we're going to be getting into jealousy and what it is, like how to deal with it, my personal experiences, all that kind of stuff. I think we all experience jealousy to a certain degree, like some more than others, obviously, but jealousy is like a normal human reaction, especially during this time where we're trying to figure ourselves out. We are constantly surrounded by other people, and social media now is crazy. It's so easy to get jealous nowadays. So I wanted to go over like ways to deal with it and turn it actually into like a positive, healthy thing. Take all these bad, negative feelings you're feeling and then turning it into something good. Literally everybody experiences jealousy. I think it is one of the most central, normal emotions or feelings we have. We could literally just be walking by, see someone wearing a sweater we like, and suddenly get jealous of them. Or we can be scrolling through Instagram and find someone to be jealous of. Maybe you're jealous of your friend's relationship, or someone you know is like friendships with other people, or like popularity. A personal experience of a time I remember, like I was boiling with jealousy. So when I was in like 3rd grade, I'd say, I had a friend and we were both really into like room decor and decorating our rooms. And one day we decided we were gonna make like a competition, which is such a bad idea looking back at it, of who could like decorate their room better. Which is just terrible if I think about it now. But I remember she would always be like getting all these really cool room decor items and be like showing me them in her room, and I was just boiling with jealousy. I was so upset, and it like consumed me as a little 3rd grader, how jealous I was of like her room decor in her room. It's so stupid now that I think about it, but those were really real feelings I was feeling, of like the like wanting of that, and like how it consumed me, and it made me so miserable, and like it made me like hate myself in my room. Like that's crazy now that I think about it, but that's like a very basic example of like what jealousy can do to you and how it can make you feel. And honestly, like that jealousy I felt was like very like apparent in my young life. Like I had like a lot of feelings of jealousy, which is normal, but like I had a lot, and I'm obviously like I've learned how to deal with it, and like it really comes from insecurity. I think jealousy, if you aren't content in yourself, obviously you're gonna have a lot more feelings of jealousy towards other people, and you're gonna always be looking around you, and something you might just see as like, oh, look how pretty she is, or oh, look how nice her house is, could turn into something like, oh, look how shitty like I look, or look how like bad my house is. It can be turned into such a negative thing if you aren't secure in yourself. So I think ultimately, as I've grown older and I've learned to like mature more and become more secure in myself, obviously like I still get jealous, but my feelings have dissipated a lot because I've grown to like not only accept what I have and who I am, but like embrace who I am and like what I have. Because really we're all on our own paths in life. You can't get jumbled up in what everyone else is doing and compare yourself to other people. We're all here to learn and to grow, and if you start thinking about what other people have and what you don't have, and turning that into like some jealous like bubble within yourself, you're gonna feel so discontent and terrible. And who wants to feel that way, honestly? Like it's something that can so easily be avoided if you just start becoming more secure in yourself. And also, nobody's life is perfect. It's so easy nowadays to think that everyone is living some perfect life, and especially with social media, you could literally log onto Instagram and within 5 minutes find a new person to be jealous about that you don't even know, just by looking at their like perfectly curated Instagram posts and everything it looks like they're doing and how much fun it looks like they're having. And it can turn into such like a jealous, terrible feeling where you feel so terrible about yourself. Well, for social media, I think we really just have to take it with a grain of salt. It is so like minuscule in our lives, and I made a whole Together episode about social media, so you can go check that out in the playlist. Social media really breeds so much more jealousy than I think we used to have. We used to just be able to like feel jealous from looking at our friends or like people we know in real life, but now we could literally just look up on Instagram someone and be completely jealous of them. Like it's crazy. We have no time to like feel content with ourselves because we're constantly surrounded by all of this. But we just have to start working within ourselves in order to feel less jealous. So just remember that you're in your own lane, that everybody's in their own lanes. And this goes back to also like comparing yourself to others, and obviously like feelings of insecurity and like learning to be more secure within yourself. You're gonna feel a lot less jealous if you work on that first. You could be looking at a girl and be thinking about how pretty she is. Rather than feeling jealous of that girl, like feel happy for her and feel happy for yourself too. Compliment her, be like, you're so pretty, or like, I love your shirt. And don't let it like get under your skin. Also, you have to put everything in retrospect. All the jealous feelings you're feeling in that second are not gonna matter in the grand scheme of your entire life. That girl's hair that you like, or that relationship that you admire, or how popular someone you know is, it's really not gonna matter in the grand scheme of things. So try to put stuff in perspective when you're feeling really jealous and down about yourself. And also just like look at yourself and see the beauty in yourself. We all have so much light within us and so many unique qualities to ourselves that we really don't need to compare to others. You don't need to look like someone else or act like someone else or be someone else. Okay, so my camera died and I realized in that time that the correct term is actually envy, not jealousy. Same thing in my book, so I'm just gonna keep calling it jealousy, but I guess it's the same. I don't even know. I don't even know what I was saying, but now I kind of want to talk about jealousy with a really close friend, because I think this is something really interesting, because it's something that can really affect your relationship with them. And it's not necessarily that you don't like the person, or you're like fighting or angry at them, or they're like you're doing things to upset each other. It's just this undercurrent of the relationship that you feel when you're around them. And it's really hard to talk about. You don't just really bring up that you're jealous of one of your closest friends, but it's something that can really affect the relationship. So I think it's something that definitely has to be dealt with. So the first thing I want to talk about is jealousy does not mean anger or hatred, because a lot of times you've probably heard it before. If someone's mean to you, you'll come home, tell your mom or something, and they'll say, oh, they're probably just jealous. And I think a lot of times in our society, we kind of assume that people who act out of like meanness or spite or anger are just envious or jealous of our lives and how we are. And this might be the case some of the time, but I think you personally have to change that. I think there's such better ways and more like effective ways of dealing with your jealousy, rather than pinning it out to be like anger towards the person or hatred, because that's not going to get you anywhere in life. And I think that's really immature, and it's going to end up destroying your friendship, which you don't want. I think if you can get anything out of this video, it's that you shouldn't translate your jealousy into hatred or anger. That's going to create so much more problems for yourself and everyone else, which you don't want. And you really have to work within to deal with that. It's so easy to look at someone who has everything that you feel like you don't have, or everything that you want, and just start hating them for no reason, just because they have all this stuff. So the first thing I would do, which I already talked about, is to work on feeling more secure with yourself, and to work on not comparing yourself to them as much. Start counting your own blessings and feeling good about what you have in your own life, and stay in your own lane. It's not about what everyone else is doing. You have to focus on yourself and the beauty within yourself and what you're gonna do with your life. And also, don't look at things so surface level. It's not just about looks or money or things. It's about who you are as a person. And this is something that's so easy to change about yourself. More easy than going out and trying to change your appearance, or going out and buying all this fancy designer stuff. That's not what's gonna make you happy in the long run. What's gonna make you happy is yourself and how you feel, and developing real relationships with people and doing real things in your life that make you happy. It's not gonna be the material things or the superficial relationships or the money or anything like that. So also realize that, because I think a lot of our jealousy comes from surface level things. And once you do that, you really have to take the jealousy out of your relationship and feel happy for your friend. This is your friend. You should be looking at what they have and feeling like proud of them or good. And that's the hardest thing, I think. Like if they have something you don't have, it's hard to just look at them and suddenly feel like happy for them for it. It's like hard to feel that way, but you have to do it in order to stop being jealous. And the final thing is to use it as a motivator in a healthy way. Envy can actually be a healthy thing and a positive thing if you turn it around and make it that. If they have like a really good outgoing personality, look at yourself and think, why am I jealous of that? What can I do within myself to like change that? And maybe I want to be more outgoing. Maybe that's what you can take from that. Or like, I don't know if that makes sense, but you can like take these jealous feelings and really analyze them and be like, why is it that this makes me so jealous? And what can I change about myself to make myself less jealous? Obviously, you don't want to change yourself for the wrong reasons. it has to be like truly yourself and within yourself, if that makes sense. I think it does. I just want you guys also to know that jealousy is not a bad thing. Envy is not a bad thing. Everyone has feelings of it, whether we talk about it or not. I think it's one of the most uncomfortable things to talk about with people, because it's viewed as a bad thing in our society. And I think a lot of people put walls up, and that's why we react in anger and spite towards other people, because we don't want other people to know we're jealous. It's like a vulnerability thing. So also, jealousy is completely normal, and I get jealous, you get jealous, we all get jealous. Everyone watching this has probably been jealous at one point or another. Just know it's completely normal, and it's something we all feel in our lives. I think I kind of touched on everything I wanted to touch on in this video. I hope you got something from it and enjoyed watching. So yeah, that is all, and I'll see you guys in my next video next Sunday. Bye!